Do not blame the weight. Blame the way you carry it. If your soul is burdened, it is not because the world presses down too heavily, but because you have allowed your inner citadel to crumble. It is not the many tasks that wear you out, but the disorder with which you meet them. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Why do you rise late and rush into confusion? Why do you give your mind to every impulse, your attention to every noise? You say you are overwhelmed, but what is it that overwhelms you? Surely not the duties of nature. Not the call of reason. Not the necessities of virtue. No. It is the trivial, the many, the unchosen. The Stoic does not fear labor. He fears only the misdirection of labor. The scattering of the soul across too many worthless things. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." Do not say the day is too short. Say rather that your mind is too unfocused. Say that you permit distractions to rule you like a master. Say that you have not yet learned the discipline of no. The wise man does not seek more hours. He seeks fewer dependencies. Epictetus taught, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And what is mastery but the refusal to be ruled by urges? To rise by reason. To act by principle. To endure without complaint. And to speak with purpose. You are not burdened by life. You are burdened by your refusal to govern yourself. Look to nature. Does the sun delay its rising because the world is heavy? Does the tree complain of too much sky? Why then should you, a rational soul, be less aligned with your own nature? Marcus wrote, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work, as a human being. What do I have to complain of? If I'm going to do what I was born for." You were not born to scroll and react. You were born to act, in accordance with reason. To fulfill your role in the order of things. Do not let softness disguise itself as self-care. Do not call laziness exhaustion. Do not confuse indulgence with healing. The mind grows quiet not by running from the world, but by standing within it with order. To have time, choose what matters. To have peace, reject the rest. And when you feel overwhelmed again, do not ask the world to be gentler. Ask your soul to be stronger. If your mind is restless, the problem is not in the world, but in your failure to govern yourself. What burdens you is not the weight of duty, but the scattering of attention, the weakness of your command. You say you are overwhelmed, but what has truly overwhelmed you? Not the responsibilities of your nature. Not the call to act rightly, but the endless stream of unexamined impulses you surrender to. You tire not from effort, but from disorder. You are not crushed by weight, but worn down by waste. The disciplined soul does not seek a lighter burden. It seeks to carry only what is necessary. You do not suffer because the world is too full. You suffer because you refuse to cut away what is useless. No man is free who allows his time to be owned by every voice. His peace disturbed by every demand. His purpose diluted by every noise. You have confused urgency with importance. You wake, and instead of ordering your thoughts, you hand your day over to chaos. The morning is not for panic, but for preparation. The wise man begins each day by setting his mind, not by checking who is calling for his attention. You long for peace, but do nothing to guard it. You long for clarity, but refuse to let go of distractions. You call it too much, but you say yes to everything. Order begins not with time, but with intention. You must ask yourself, what am I willing to protect? Your energy is not infinite. Your time is not renewable. Your mind is not a dumping ground for the world's demands. Let what matters lead. Cut what does not. And remain still in the face of temptation. Most are not drowning in responsibility. They are drowning in weakness. In their fear of saying no. In their addiction to being liked. In their hesitation to disappoint others. But the one who lives by reason is not cruel when he draws boundaries. He is faithful to his principles. To his nature. To the task assigned to him by life itself. You were not made to answer every message. To attend to every complaint. To fix what is not yours. You were made to act well, with strength, clarity, and focus. Everything else is noise. There is no need to escape. There is need only to strip away. Strip away the excess. Strip away the false urgency. Strip away the need to be seen, to be liked, to be busy. When the mind is full of disorder, it imagines the world is unmanageable. But the fault lies within. Do not ask how to do more. Ask what you must no longer tolerate. True discipline is not about control, it is about truth. It is seeing clearly. What weakens you? What tempts you? What steals your time under the name of necessity? Do not lie to yourself. You are not too busy. You are too afraid to choose. And so you let everything in. Then you collapse under the weight of your indecision. And call it burnout. You wish to be free. Then begin by commanding yourself. Wake early, not for success, but for alignment. Work quietly, not to impress, but to fulfill your role. Rest, not to escape, but to renew what is worthy of effort. The world will always be loud. The disciplined soul remains still. Repetition is strength. Saying no is strength. Choosing one path and walking it without apology, that is strength. You owe no explanation for order. You owe only the results of your clarity. Let others rush. Let them fill their hours with every distraction. You, walk the slower path. The narrow one. The one lined with self-respect. You are not overwhelmed. You are being called to sharpen. You suffer because you drift. You drift because you do not command. You do not command because you have not committed. So commit. Not to more, but to less. Not to being available, but to being present. Not to doing everything, but to doing the few necessary things with excellence. Discipline is not cold. It is quiet strength. It is devotion to the highest part of yourself. And you will never regret protecting that. The undisciplined man is ruled by everything. The disciplined man rules only himself. And that is enough. Because from that self-rule flows peace. And from that peace, action. And from that action, a life that does not collapse under weight. Return to that. And nothing can overwhelm you again.